and then you can give us a signal to go when you want.
Okay, I'm muting my mic. You guys can start. When you guys want to start, like right away or what?
We'll
We
start
won't
when
be talking.
they're getting into
Yeah.
the character select.
Okay, I'm muting the mic, and then you can go whenever.
Okay.
Just waiting for the one team to ready up.
Mm-hmm. All right. Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Edmonton Quarantine Cup. I keep
Quarantine
forgetting.
Charity Cup.
Quarantine Charity Cup.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. So welcome to the Edmonton Quarantine Charity Cup. I'm Kevin the Noteman Kyle.
And I'm Tim Los Pandaros Cooper.
And we'll be presenting this show match here today once again for the second week in a row here, leading up to the Edmonton Quarantine Charity Cup, which we will be having June 5th through the 7th. And we're just kind of giving some show matches of some local Edmonton talent here. We've got two of the better known teams in the Edmonton scene here with Team Frost, well known in the tournament scene, and What Side is Blue, who is also well known in the tournament scene, but not by that name.
No, yeah, they're a big fan of switching it up every time. You know, blank slate for each tournament. You can't identify them. Which team is it in the bracket? You never quite know. But same players, very familiar to the scene. They've been a lot of these players have been playing for pretty much since we've been hosting tournaments, which means since season 2 League of Legends.
Yeah. In case you haven't been paying attention, that was about 8 years ago. The time really does fly. I remember season 2 as the main season when I got in. I started playing like back in the season 1 and a bit of the beta, but season 2 is where I really started playing and kind of getting to know the game.
Yeah, season 2 is a different game. New champions every 2 weeks, sometimes 2 champions at a time. It was different back then.
Yeah, 2 of those champions banned out right now with the Fiora and the Graves, so both have changed since their season 2 days and debuts.
Yeah, both massive changes since their debuts. Graves being completely dominant in a different way. I remember the buckshot, every single bullet just doing insane amounts of damage. Really.
Plus all the mobility with quick draw, part of the holy trinity of AD carries between him, Ezreal, and Corki, of just having so much mobility that you couldn't really lock them down.
No, you couldn't. And some interesting bans here to start. So we do see the Fiora banned out against Chasing Summer in the top lane. Very dominant on that Fiora. Zoe banned out and Lux as well. And then jungle bans really coming from the side of Team Frost here, it seems. Set being able to be played in multiple lanes, of course, but really effective in that jungle role or the top lane role. And a first pick of an immobile AD of Misfortune.
Yeah, you say immobile, but she is still really damn fast with the her strut passive, giving her all that extra move speed. Definitely one of the top 80 carries in the meta right now. High damage, able to use that bonus movement speed to get some really good back timings early on and just push hard on advantages.
Yeah, Misfortune being extremely fun and very dominant in the 80 role for a little while now, having been hit a little bit with buffs a while back, and then a couple nerfs, I think,
Yeah.
since then. But
Yeah,
still
this
finding her place.
this patch she got the nerf to her movement speed just a little bit, but I don't think it's really touched her all that much on the tier list.
And this is something that I've really liked seeing recently is the Nautilus coming back into play in that support position. Very tanky. I'm not sure exactly what shifted him back into popularity, but I'm seeing him a lot more often than I used to.
Yeah, no, he definitely has been picking up steam as one of the better supports. Just having that innate tankiness, strong engages, so you really don't can go a little bit weaker or a little bit softer on other parts of the map. So your top laner might not necessarily have to be that big bruiser, which we actually haven't seen a lot of tank top laners in pretty much a year or so now.
Yeah, I mean,
Set
Set and Maokai are both very tanky in the top lane.
Yeah.
And strong and dominant in their position as well too. Shen being picked up by Syndrox, map awareness. As long as he's aware of what's going on in the map, Shen can absolutely shift the way that the game's played and completely turn the game around that 9-10 minute mark. If you've got to fight around first dragon, a Shen ultimate can just completely shift the entire tide of the game.
Or even if you get a strong roaming mid laner, you get that early roam down once the Shen is 6 and you've got a 5v2 down in the bot lane.
Yep, that's true too, yeah.
Trust me, I've been on the receiving end of that one a lot.
Team Frost here picking up Wukong, very strong. Yep. I'm assuming that's probably looking like it's going to be a top lane, but we might see it in the jungle as well too. Very good in the jungle. Sona and Sivir for that bot lane. And then Kog'Maw now. Kog'Maw in the mid?
It could be. Maybe it's a Sivir top lane? I have heard of people doing that, taking the 80 carries top lane. Sivir is one of the ones that can go up there because of that spell shield, keeps her a little bit safer. Plus the range to annoy and harass most top laners being melee have a bit of a tough time with her. So
and her
that is a possibility.
When a gank was coming in as well too. So that would be very interesting. I'd love to see the Sivir top. I used to play Sivir top, but back in season 2, like we were talking about earlier, like a very long time ago, when it was different, and you would buff the minions with your attack speed and movement speed. So you just get a big minion wave, buff everything, and just push through the lane.
But I have a feeling that you were right originally with that Wukong going top lane, because we do see the Zac coming out now. So there's your big tanky jungler, and it looks like we've got Echo in the jungle.
Yeah, that's going to be Echo in the jungle for sure here. Very, very strong jungler right now. Really hard to kill. Brings out an insane amount of damage. And if he manages to snowball, every single item that he puts on just puts him in that execute range. And if he gets a little bit of AD on his opponent's level curve, if he's a little bit stronger than them, and he's able to just kill them, the snowball just continues and continues and continues. And that, plus his ability to get out of tricky spots with his ultimate, makes Echo very dominant right now in the jungle.
Yeah, no, definitely a very strong pick that's been coming back out. Though I think really the big one this game will be that Wukong in what we're guessing is the top lane, with Chasing Summer has that, so that should be the top lane there for Wukong.
Yeah, that'll definitely be top. Versus Syndrox.
That's a pick that's a pick with a very high ban rate in those patches since he's been reworked.
Oh, yeah, and Wukong, so fun. The new Wukong is so much fun. You've got that clone, able to play with him. He copies your abilities. You can get 2 ultimates now instead of the 1, or 4 ultimates if you're really good, if you manage to get your clone ultimate twice off, which is not too hard to execute. It's going to be a tough lane for Syndrox. Wukong also can be a lane bully. So, and
Yeah.
Syndrox is a last-minute sub here. They did lose their top laner for this game. Weren't able to bring him in. So, Skylar Syndrox is coming in for the win. Coming in with a big save. Going to pick up the top lane here.
Honestly, I'd say out of a lot of those positions that you have to face on Team Frost, Chasing Summer, not necessarily the one you want to be having a sub go against, though.
No, Chasing Summer has always been a scary lane opponent. Ever since he was one of the first people I saw to pull out Rumble in the top lane. This was like back before people understood what champions were doing and stuff like that. Esquire on Rumble in the top lane. Just very, very, very scary.
Yeah, no, he's definitely one of those players that will just take over a match if you give him even an inch in that top lane position. Hence why the Fiora ban early on, you don't want Chasing Summer with a hard hyper carry like Fiora.
Yeah, and I'm really not sure where people are going here now. Cupic on the Sona, we're going to assume that's support. Sivir in the mid lane, or is Sivir going to be the normal AD? Kog'Maw in the mid lane? I'm not sure if Kog'Maw is going to like playing against a Talon in the mid. I'm not very familiar with the Kog'Maw mid matchups, but
I feel like either of the AD carries going into the mid lane don't like that Talon matchup. Because, I mean, no matter who you are as an AD carry, a Talon is very scary to go up against.
Yeah, so very likely we're probably going to see Kimchi in the mid lane on that Kog'Maw.
Yeah, definitely a little bit more range there. You can play back. If need be, stay under tower, just get some CS with the Boomerang Blade. If that Talon's really pushing too hard, getting really aggressive in your face. I think it's safe to say that we do know where the Zac is going, though.
Yeah, Zac's going everywhere. That's the truth. Zac's going everywhere. Yeah, Zac, very mobile, so tanky, with that extra CC since he got his little bit of changes too. Even more frustrating when you do end up seeing him in the lanes.
All right, and we have a few skins for this game. We got 4 and 4.
4 and 4, the nice misfortune.
Oh, though we kind of have a Zac skin because we've got a chroma for him. I believe that's the pink Zac.
Is it? I'm just seeing green.
It's Zac Sweet, which means it's a chroma. His splash art doesn't change, right, for the chromas.
Gotcha.
But we'll see. I think it's the pink one. And yeah, it is. So, all right.
Majin Buu.
Majin Buu in the jungle there. So we got Chasing Summer up in the top lane. Cupic will be down in the bot lane as a support. Couch in the jungle. And looks like Kog'Maw in the mid lane. So K for Kimchi going to take that Kog'Maw mid against Busty Senpai there.
Yeah, that is what it's going to be here. The Kog'Maw in the mid. We are going to see a quick pause here as well from the teams.
Looks like I have a feeling it's something to do with Kitsune because have not bought any items yet.
Yeah, no, it looks like Kitsune is DC'd right here, so we're just waiting for Kitsune to reconnect.
But in the meantime, we can continue going over it because these are fairly different team comps than what we would usually see.
Yeah.
Like I don't feel you see a lot of that double AD with two ADs, one going mid, one going actually ADC.
Yeah, well, Kog'Maw's going to be just the AP bot of all time here with so much damage. He's got the Lunar Rush as well too, or the phase shift. So the ability to get that extra movement speed as well too, which is interesting on the Kog'Maw.
Yeah, maybe just try to keep himself a little bit safer, get away from some of the divers on that team. Because I mean, you've got Echo, you've got Shen, you've got Talon, you've got Nautilus. Like that's a lot of dive onto your face.
Yeah, that is a significant, very, very deadly dive potential in the bot lane. Echo pops out, Talon over the wall, Shen ultimate for saves, Nautilus for a million stuns, long range 80 carry ult for elimination. There's a lot of threat for dives potentially in that bot lane.
Yeah. But I mean, there's a fair bit of dive potential as well coming out from Team Frost here with the Wukong and the Zac. That's very good follow up between the two, plus the Sivir and Sona move speed boost to help them get there a little bit faster.
Yeah, and Zac is one of the best counter gankers as well too. So there's always that as well. So if they do choose to dive, Zac's got the ability from a very long distance to be able to come in and really shift that fight around.
Yeah, no, Zac was definitely one of the champions that came in that really had a fun time in the jungle. Like you had a fun time learning him because of all the different ganking routes that you could do with his slingshot ability because it just travels so far.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's definitely able to bring a lot of interesting paths. You don't really expect to see him, and then boom, he's there. And he lives for a billion years as well too. So
yeah, and the second life passive, which is definitely a neat little mechanic that League has with two of their champions so far. I think it's only two really have that second life, unless you count the Zillion ulti as well. But where you just get that little respawner with the Anivia egg and the Zac blobs. That
Aatrox really passive, I guess, kind of a little bit too of his ultimate, kind of.
Not anymore. They took that out.
Oh, did they? Is that gone?
He doesn't have revives anymore. No, that is gone. So
it looks here like they're having issues with Discord. Discord might be down. Sometimes Discord servers do go down. They use different servers for their voice servers compared to their actual chat servers. So you might seem like Discord's up, but you can't talk. I don't know. I'm connected to this Discord.
Let's see. Discord server status. Issues connecting, sending messages, joining voice. So it may just be that some of the players are in, but some cannot get in right now.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
So we'll have to see what we can do for that. I don't think League voice works in custom games, unfortunately.
No, it doesn't. Yeah, so they might just have to play with pings.
Yeah, they're saying in chat going with the solo queue style. So just waiting for the ready confirmations to begin the game once again here. So let's see. Syndrox versus Chasing Summer in the top lane. That's definitely going to be the matchup you want to look at the most, because I think that's one of the most volatile matchups. I think K for Kimchi is going to be playing very passively on that Kog'Maw. I don't think a whole lot of action should happen in that mid lane. And in the bot lane,
farming.
Yeah, and in the bot lane, I mean, Sona and Sivir definitely lower health than a Nautilus. Sona being one of the lowest health pools in the game. Probably going to play a little bit safer just to keep themselves alive in that bot lane.
And they're trying to scout out the start here. So we've got an early ward placement by the Zac onto the opposing blue. This could be for potential invades, but this could also just be to have a sense for where the jungler is choosing to start their path.
Yeah. We did have Chasing Summer get chased off in the top lane there with Bussy Senpai roaming up on the Talon there. No taunt came out from the Shen, though, so nothing really happening.
Yeah, Shen really not going to want to pick up his taunt right now. So he's going to just hang back a little bit there.
I mean, I would say coming in as a sub and taking taunt level 1 to get early first blood, that's a bold move, and I would respect it.
It's true.
It may not be the right move, but...
You got to get it, because otherwise you feed.
Yeah.
And then if you feed Chasing Summer, much sadness.
Yeah, we said earlier, definitely in the Edmonton scene, one of the best top laners with a lead.
So, yeah, without a doubt. Chasing Summer has the ability to just absolutely dominate whatever lanes he's in. He's been playing for such a long time, always been a good player, always been a threat in the top lane. He'll often feed and still carry. It's a weird thing.
Yeah. I believe that's the old Dyrus strats.
Oh, yes, yes.
Is lose lane, win game, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, continuing our callbacks back to Season 2, Season 3. And, yeah, early on, not a whole lot of action. I think top lane definitely seeing the most trading back and forth, but both these characters can take a few hits before really getting anywhere nervous.
And Kitsune is passing towards bot lane here for a gank. They're pushed forward on the tower. This is going to be a very dangerous part. Flash by Canadian.
Yeah. Yeah, good route just under the tower onto Q-Pick there. Dodges the hook, though, but the stun's going to come out, lands onto the Sivir. Q-Pick's going to get away, but Umbra Witch will go down for first blood. Celestiri picking that one up. So first blood for MF, and Shen going in with the taunt onto Chasing Summer in the top lane. The two clones are trying to put in some work there with the minions as well. So a pretty even trade. Chasing Summer kind of on the low end after that one. And yeah, a lot of action popping off right away there.
Yeah, bot lane, great gank there coming from Kitsune, just taking both of the bots, or just his red? Maybe he started their blue. I think he took just his red, actually, and then passed down. So he forgoes the blue buff. Zach ends up counter-jungling the blue, but he manages to get that gank in the bot lane on a timer when you're not really used to being ganked. So really picking those unequal timers as a jungler, if the lane pushes in your favor, it's very hard for your opponent to deal with that. So
yeah. And definitely getting the early kill onto Misfortune, one of the best AD carries that you could get an early kill onto, because she already dominates early on. And K for Kimchi now getting rooted up, hooked in, will have to flash away there. The cleanse isn't going to be enough. The Ignite actually doesn't tick enough, and K for Kimchi steals away a kill in a 2v1.
Yeah, great play there by K for Kimchi. Just really picking it up there on that. And doesn't panic. The Busty Senpai goes a little bit deep with his jump. Maybe didn't intend to jump quite as far as he did onto Kimchi. But Kimchi manages to get out of there and picks up a kill at the same time. So big turnaround for him. That was a nice roam by the support there, Canadian. But unfortunately turns against their favor.
But that being said, now you do have the Kog'Maw with both summoners down in that mid lane, even if Talon's down to kill. That is a very tasty target for a jungler.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Zach here, it looks like he's going to be getting into position for a bot lane gang.
Yeah, he is roaming down here. I don't think they'll try for the dive. I'd say a dive is pretty risky against the Nautilus.
Yeah, it would be a fairly ambitious play. They do have Zach's passive to play off, but in order to execute something like that, you really have to know where the opposing jungler is. If he manages to come away, instead of getting one kill under tower, you end up losing three people. So they choose not to opt for the aggressive dive. No gank potential there. It goes back to jungling.
Celestiri trying to get those double up crits onto either Umbra Witch or Q-Pick there. Both Sivir and Soda will take damage pretty heavily. And Canadian going in now, gets the hook onto Q-Pick, but the counter or the gank he is here. Couch coming in, gets the pull onto Canadian. Canadian's taking so much damage and not really losing any health. Umberwitch goes down, and Canadian still alive. Couch now on the backside is getting pretty low. Celesteria goes down after the teleport comes in. And a double kill coming out for Chasing Summer. Kitsune now trying to get in onto Cupid. Will not be able to pick up that kill. And ends up being a 3-for-1, I believe.
Yeah.
All things considered.
Big.
A long enough fight that death timers don't matter anymore.
No, that's true. Death timer is very short early in the game as well here too. Both junglers trying to get in position on the bot lane. Dragon's available, maybe looking to get a gank and then pick up that dragon. And unfortunately gets fallen out. We don't have a level 6, or maybe we did have a level 6 Shen, right? Shen came in. Just didn't work out in their favor. Big gank in here on mid on Musty Senpai. Taking a bunch of damage, manages to get out. And meanwhile, Couch here on his blue buff, just continuing his jungle path. A lot of assists here so far for Couch. 0-0-3 with that sweeping ward. And Kevin, if you're talking, I can't hear you right now, by the way.
Sorry, a little bit of technical difficulty where I accidentally clicked a wrong button and got myself out of this call.
Perfect.
So,
welcome back.
I am back. So thank you for filling in there.
Yeah, no problem. Didn't know what happened at all. So welcome back.
Yeah. So where were we? We're talking about that busy fight down in the bot lane, yeah. As a little bit of trading goes down in bot lane again here.
Yeah, we do still have the dragon available. No team was able to pick that up after the fight. Short death timers didn't enable the winning team to take it, so we might see positioning around for that dragon again shortly. Once this red here, it looks like red and top are being contested potentially. Zach over on the top side of the map and Echo both in close quarters while these people just manage to trade bot lane. Couch does manage to pick it up.
Oh yeah, Couch gets it. Echo going to get away off of that blast cone there. And the Nautilus now going in, does not get the hook. So it will just be a quick little accidental walk-in.
Yeah, and meanwhile, in this top lane, we've got Syndrox versus Chasing Summer. Chasing Summer having so many kills from that bottom lane fight. 201 now, with 30 CS lead, a very hard lane.
Yeah, but here we go. Canadian going in once again with that Nautilus. Zach is here for the gank, but Cupid does go down to the bullet time on the backside. But Canadian will pay for his life alongside Celesteria Umbra, which finally getting into this game with a double kill, now sitting 2-2-2, pretty much tied up in the bot lane, even CS, almost even score lines.
And that's the danger of Zach. Before you know it, he's already there. Just pops out of nowhere, turns that fight into a strong engage from Canadian into a 3v2 in no time at all.
Yeah, and Zach going to start up the dragon with that gank. Should be able to do most of it by himself. Sona will be there to help out in a second here. A little bit more trading in the top lane, but not too much action going on there. Chasing Summer getting his kills down in the bot lane, but not really able to do a whole lot against Shen.
Yeah, and the dragon is going to be picked up here thanks to that bot counter gank by Couch. And then boom, there's the dragon. So just the play that they were trying to execute a little bit earlier when we got the TP from Chasing Summer. And we had a big fight in the bot lane, same type of thing, trying to make position for dragon.
Oh, but Kimchi going to get taken out completely by Busty Senpai. Canadian there for the backup. Probably didn't need it, but it's always good to get an extra assist out onto your team, get that little bit of extra gold going. And that's the danger of an 80 carry versus Talon.
Yeah, it's very hard for Kog'Maw to survive any sort of all-in from Talon. He doesn't normally want to see him in the game. Unfortunately, he's the lane partner this game, and it's just at that point with a little bit of assist, Talon's going to be able to put up so much damage, and Kog'Maw just disappears, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see what Kimchi does to try and kind of counter that, how he can play safely. Definitely one of the longer standing players in the Edmonton scene, has seen pretty much everything in this game. So if anybody could adapt and play well against a talent, I believe Kimchi can.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Yeah. He's played all roles. He's been mid, he's been support, he's been jungle, he's been top.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's definitely a very versatile player. Kitsune here for a gank. Oh, the pull.
The hook in onto Cubic. The ulti comes out across, and out of the little cubby hole comes Kitsune, and he will get that kill there. Shen shows up just for the extra assist. Flashes in the bush, so whoopsie there. Missed his B and hit the D.
Someone's been playing a little too much Valorant. Into that WASD.
Yep. But either way, strong push here with the Rift Herald, and Busty Senpai on the backside will try to get a hold of Umbra Witch, but won't quite be able to take him down. Rift Herald should ensure that this first tower goes down, but actually that armor plating too strong. And
yeah, and they may have been in a better position there to have only one person on the tower to avoid the armor bonus,
but Chasing Summer now in with the ulti, gets the knock up a couple times here, does manage to take out Celestier, going very low, gets shut down. Nautilus will take that one. Double kill coming out for Kog'Maw, though, on the backside, and Busty Senpai left all alone there, tries to blow up Umbra Witch, but can't quite get enough spells off in time, and does go down in an awful turnaround after staying a little bit too long with that Rift Herald.
Yeah, that tower just did not go down the way they expected it to. Busty Senpai almost picked up Umbra right before that fight started, and then wasn't able to pick him up. Sona heals throughout the fight, combined with just good positioning and a full team there to back you up. Completely turned that around for them.
Yeah, and that's actually one of the dangerous things, trying to do a Rift Herald push for that first tower gold. Because the towers gain bonus armor with every plate that you take consecutively. So it is very important when you're doing that Rift Herald push to try and get that tower as low as you can before the Rift Herald hits it, because that true damage is not affected by the armor.
Yeah, that is a very good point.
So, but unfortunately they didn't get it, got it down to the one left, and they'd gone through 4 plates, so they were basically doing 5 damage with each auto attack from every character.
Yeah,
which
and
isn't much.
There too, while they were making that play, Syndrox was already down in the bot lane, but Chasing Summer was top lane, and he managed to pick up 3 or 4 plates before joining that fight again.
Yeah, before joining that fight and getting 4 assists. Does not manage to get a kill, but definitely the key to turning that one around. And now Kitsune just clearing his jungle, and K for Kimchi almost dead again, has to flash, does not pop the cleanse yet, pops the cleanse a little bit late, and Busty Senpai just going to tank some tower shots for fun, trying to get Canadian out of there, but Zach pushing him away will allow Canadian to go down, so a 1-for-1 trade, and now the dive down onto the bot lane, not going to work out. Kitsune now in a lot of trouble, managed to shift back as he gets the stun, will almost get out of here. Chasing Summer's ulti will go down. He knocks him up for a little bit. Kitsune still trying to run away here, gets some movement speed from the triple proc, but despite all the jukes and dodges, cannot get out of that kill.
Just so many great plays all over the map. Kitsune there almost managing to ninja using the little edges of the bush combined with the turns of the terrain to try and get himself out of there. Almost manages to accomplish it. But also in that bot lane, right when that gank went through, we have Misfortune. She knows exactly what she needs to do. She needs to not enable them to reset tower aggro. So she ults the wave, finishes off all the other minions, knowing that now you can't come under tower at all. You can't swap tower aggro, can't swap it back to the minions. You're coming at me, you're taking tower damage, and they can't finish the gank on her. Yeah,
no, a great play, and like that is the one of the downsides to having that Sona in the bot lane. We were talking about it earlier. One of the lowest health pools in the game, so it's really tough to pull off dives with her, just her and the AD carry.
Yeah, it can be very tricky for sure. And here's Couch coming in from far.
Canadian extend a little bit too far for a ward, but he does not take any damage as a Gargoyle Stoneblade already. The turnaround's coming out with Syndrox coming in with the ulti. K for Kimchi will eventually manage to take out Canadian, and Syndrox on the backside gets knocked up by the Zac. Will go down here after a little bit of chase down. Couch will get that one, and Syndrox and Kitsune chasing down Sona will manage to get that one. Busty Senpai looking for the Zac on the wall. He'll just jump away, trying to get out of here. Does not land the Q onto Kitsune, and the stun does come out. Busty Senpai looking for a kill, but Umbra Witch and Chasing Summer managing to chase him off, and the Dragon might go the way of Red Team here, Team Frost, despite all of the action that happened.
Yeah, for that entire fight, too, we did not have Chasing Summer. Chasing Summer didn't have to be available.
Oh, the steal by Echo comes out, and K for Kimchi will go down to Busty Senpai once again, overextended a little bit too far. Talon just able to jump that wall and easily pick up the kill there. So both the Dragon and the kill going the way of... which side is blue here?
WSP. What side?
Yeah.
Blue. Oh, you were asked. Oh my God, you totally they trolled me. I got so trolled.
I would say that I didn't troll you there. I would say that they did.
They trolled you. I trolled.
They caught you with that one.
Yeah. But again, oh my God, I completely lost my train of thought too. What could you do? Amazing steal there by Kitsune, managing to pick that up. That really saves their lives at this point. It delays for Dragon, and they pick up the kill while expending a ton of resources to try and get that Dragon there. So that was a huge pick from Kitsune, and he's looking to do it again.
Yeah, he is there. I don't think he knew that they were doing the Rift Herald here. He will get chased off by Umbra Witch, so that will go the way of Team Frost. So second Rift Herald is theirs. Chasing Summer now chasing down onto Canadian here. He will be completely caught out. The Gargoyle Stoneblade gets popped, and Busty Senpai in the backside will be trying to get away with his ulti. Chasing Summer goes down, as well as Busty Senpai and Canadian on the backside. Celestiri now coming in, trying to put out the damage with the double ups, but not going to be able to do too much, just trying to save the wave here. Might pop the bullet time here. Does clear that wave, stops the push in its tracks, and we should get a reset here from both the teams.
Yeah, and an important ultimate there by Celestiri.
Celestiri actually almost going down. K for Kimchi chasing after him, pops the cleanse. Will not be able to find Celestiri. He does on the backside with the ultimate. Syndrox now caught in between his own towers, and that's not a safe place. But Couch gets the revive passive, does not manage to fully complete it though. And more action just continuing to pop off here. Busty Senpai now looking for Cupid. Will pop him for a fair bit of health, but the heal's coming out. The flash over by Canadian. He wants blood. Chasing Summer, chasing off Busty Senpai in the backside. Kitsune will take it down. Cupid and actually also Umbra Witch on the backside. Zipper going down there. Canadian now taken down by Chasing Summer. That armor pen on Wukong definitely helping out a whole lot there as he continues his domination and kills Kitsune on the backside of that fight.
Yeah, very scary item point here for Wukong. He's got his Black Cleaver, he's got his Tiamat for just a ton of damage in the extra reset, and he's almost now completed.
And now he's trying to take on Celestiri here. It's going very low, and Celestiri will be able to take him out.
He tries to pick up Howard, but he doesn't also get the kill.
Yeah.
He's just checking to see if he can.
Yeah, to be fair, he wanted that tower. He knew he was going to be taken very low, and once he was, there was no way he was getting out alive. Unless he killed Celestiri there.
Yeah.
So, do you think we'll have 5 seconds without a fight now?
No, both these teams are active teams. They've got a lot of catch potential. Busty's going to be looking to get them back into the game by getting picks. So is Kitsune.
Yeah. Cupid now actually going to trying to find Syndrox here. Does land the slow with the auto attack. Continues chasing him down. Actually, in a fairly tough spot here with Kitsune cutting him off on the backside. Gets the ulti across both of them. And will keep himself alive. Gets out with the movement speed boost. And a Chasing Summer teleport coming in here will go on to Syndrox. Syndrox taunts away. Canadian on the backside roots up the clone. And Chasing Summer will end up taking down Syndrox. The second ulti coming out, almost killing Busty Senpai. It does end up taking him down. Cupid on the backside, very low, gets the heal out. Still surviving with the Seraph's pop. Kitsune trying now to run away from Chasing Summer as he is just on a rampage. 9, 3, and 6. This monkey is out to kill.
Yeah, this monkey doesn't want bananas, he wants blood.
And now Kitsune still trying to chase down Cupid in the top lane as his base is getting destroyed here. Will not be able to find Cupid. Just that Sona managing to stay alive for so long, so many heals coming out and continuing to keep himself alive. It looks like I'm watching TFT here with how many heals Cupid has.
No, yeah, Cupid does not want to die. With that, Archangel's cooldown reduction, mobility speed boots, or not mobility, swiftness boots.
And now Syndrox trying to help out Kitsune will go down. The Baron trying to get in on a little bit of action here. And as you were saying, these teams are explosive.
Yeah, no, they don't mind to fight. They're very happy to fight. Both teams have team comps where they want to take duels with some of their characters. They want to do catches on some. This is exactly... It's Busty Senpai.
Busty Senpai trying to go after Chasing Summer. Not exactly the target you want to try and hunt down, but Kitsune on the backside will get that large shutdown gold coming out. Came for Kimchi now in between 3 members. Will pop the Gargoyle's Stone Plate. Keeps himself alive for a little bit. Couch chasing him down. Will manage to finish off the kill. The flash over the wall followed up by Kitsune. He will ulti back out, keeping himself safe from Kimchi, Umbra Witch, and Cupid as they try to run away with their jungler and top lane down.
Yeah, and they're gonna
now. They're poking out. Syndrox taken so low here. The ulti comes out as he taunts in. Cupid will get taunted up, but Syndrox does go down. Busty Senpai has to hop over the wall, and they are chased off of this dragon.
Yeah, they really tried to make that play there. Really good counter fighting there in the jungle. All started with Busty Senpai 2 and 5 taking a fight against the 10 and 4 Wukong, and it working. Yeah,
and now Kitsune once again trying to chase onto Cupid here, has not learned that he cannot kill the Sona. But the dragon does go down here. So, first of the Ocean Drakes going the way of Team Frost here. Definitely one of those Ocean Souls that feels like a game clincher if you get.
No, absolutely. If they do manage to pick up Ocean Soul, it's very hard for any team to compete with that. That's health regen in team fights. How can you... What's better than that, really? If you're a team that just explodes people, sure, it's not that great. But if you're going to do any sort of extended fighting, which these guys certainly are, it's just so valuable.
Yeah. And especially with tankier members like that Zac and Wukong able to stay alive for so long. Cupid caught out by the dredge line here, but Chasing Summer on the backside will go on to Celesteria here. The safety coming out from Shen will not be enough. Couch on the backside keeping his top laner safe as Syndrox and Kitsune tried to chase onto him. And that will be a 1-for-0 pick in the jungle.
Yeah, every kill here is just another nail in the coffin at this point. Celesteria, 3 and 7. He's got 2 items completed. He's made a lot of awesome plays this game. It's just very hard at this point being a non-mobile AD versus a Zac or, that Wukong coming in from anywhere.
Yeah. And they did start up the Baron. Canadian will find them out. Flashes into the bush, manages to get the juke, but not able to finish his back here. Will still be caught out as Couch on the backside will be able to pull him back in. Kitsune diving into the backside here, tries to ulti away. The exhaust is down, and the slow's coming out now. Kitsune trying to get away, flashes over the wall. Chasing Summer is there, though, and he just accepts his death. Chasing Summer just continuing to go on a rampage. Busty Senpai now on the backside will managed to tries to jump onto Umbra Witch here. Not quite enough burst damage to finish him off.
Some very fancy footwork there by Canadian on the Nautilus. Almost worked out for him, but they just had no incentive not to kill him, so they were going to search for him.
Yeah. They wanted to hunt him down to dead. Syndrox now coming out with the Shen taunt. Not really enough there to finish him off. Celestiri kind of left him for dead on that one.
Yeah, he was dead. He was dead at that point. Yeah. When he got that when he got that Cogmos flow, it's almost impossible to move. He's probably got 4 points in at this point. Max slows. It's just you're stuck. You're stuck.
Yeah. And so the Baron now picked up by Team Frost, 18 kills to 34. I feel like we haven't had enough time to give an update of how this game is going. Like, we haven't had time to look at the gold values or how many turrets are down or anything, because these teams just continue to fight.
Yeah, no, both these teams are very efficient with their time, which is why you will see how dominant they are.
Kimchi just popped Flash and Cleanse.
Yeah, they're going in for the end right now, so...
Yeah, doesn't feel he needs them. Syndrox just going to be chased down by Wukong here on the backside. Monkey spinning away here. I think this is the end of game one. As we get some more flashes going down. Kimchi now... Yeah, dominating. 11-3-9 on the Kog'Maw, 11-4-8 on the Wukong. Kind of tough to keep up with that. Cupid now getting dove on by Kitsune, will not be able to finish him off. Chasing Summer tries to finish him off on the backside, but he also will end up going down. Cupid, this Sona is on a rampage, gets the double kill off to Busty Senpai. And I don't think a single member of this team can't do damage here.
No, yeah, it looks like they want to farm at this point. So blue team recognizes what's going on. They've said, we are done. We are done.
Surrender vote coming out. That is the end of that game. Game number 1 going to Team Frost. And, fairly dominant second half of the game there.
Both teams making some excellent plays throughout that game. Team Frost managing to come ahead with a couple early counter ganks, really making the difference there early on. Canadian with those engages here, we are seeing on the replay some of the big plays. First gank of the game. This was First Blood coming in for them. A really awesome gank to start off the game from I Am Kitsune.
And now...
did not work out in their favor as it managed to go on.
Yeah, no. We saw some great early plays from What Side is Blue, but as we said, like, just not enough. The outplay here by Kimchi on that gank in the mid lane, the 2v1 leading to a kill for the one, like, it's tough to beat plays like that, and just... Team Frost was on another level this game.
Yeah, Team Frost just very dominant once they got into that late side of the game. Really, it was just a couple plays, like this one here in the bot lane, plays like this where they managed to get these big counter ganks started, big fights.
Yeah, but then you see Chasing Summer coming in on the backside with that ult. He cleans up the extra kills here. 2 kills there for him. Kitsune trying to get onto this Sona, was not able to finish that one off, and it was just a snowball from there.
And as you can see right there, that play right there is a game that snowballed the entire game. Huge lead brought back into the top lane versus the top lane front. And just very, very, very hard for them to do anything against that.
Yeah, and then we got plays like this down here where Zach was just in the right spot at the right time so often. It was tough for Canadian to engage on anything because it always felt like Zach was right there as well to follow up.
Yeah, Zach, excellent counter ganks. Canadian making a lot of really good roams throughout the game as well too. But unfortunately, just didn't work out for them. Both teams made tons of plays.
Yeah. No, if there's one thing we can say about that game, it did not lack action.
No, they were fighting from the beginning right to the end. Another big play in the bot lane. Kitsune picking up Q pick. Syndrox TP. And then the flash. The flash style from Syndrox.
Yeah. So I think we will take a short break here while we set up for game number 2 between What Side is Blue and Team Frost of the Edmonton Quarantine Cup Charity Cup show match here, week number 2, and we're continuing with some very, very exciting games.
Yeah, very exciting games with some great local players. So stay tuned.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back here for game number 2. We do have a substitution.
Yeah, we have a substitution coming in the top lane. What Side is Blue has been using a sub top laner for this game. Unfortunately, their top laner wasn't able to make it. So this time, filling in for Syndrox, who is filling in for their normal top laner, we've got the fat flying bastard. I hadn't decided if I was going to say it or not, and then I just said it. So.
I was curious about it. I mean, it is on screen for everybody to see, so but exactly. Saying it is another thing.
That's true. It's been said.
It's been said. It's been done. We're almost halfway through champion select, and he picks up his own champion here. I think it's safe to say. I believe he will be filling in the top lane role again here with the Aatrox.
Yeah, Aatrox. Great champion. He does so much damage. He's got so much in his kit. He's very hard to play. Very, very hard to play. So it's always good to see a good Aatrox. So excited to see this game. Kitsune here is on a different aggressive jungler. This game he's picked the Grapes up. Had a great.
It was banned out last game, so not banned this one.
That's a good point.
And then we do see
prioritized again, and Misfortune's going to swap sides this game.
Yeah, and we have the Zac ban coming out rather than the Fiora ban as well. So
that's scary.
Yeah, but they felt like the couch Zac was just too much of a hassle. Risk letting Fiora go through in the first stage of the draft, but Team Frost not wanting to pick that one up early.
No, yeah, that couch just on that jungler, all those counter engages really turned the whole course of the game. And Zac's ability to counter H is almost unmatched. Counter gank is almost unmatched. Galio in the jungle, but Galio is not a very good jungler. So there's not much that you can bring, but he just brings that, gets into those things. So they're going to get rid of that. They're not interested. Chooses a Gragas instead. Similar kind of styles, but still a lot closer with less healing than the Zac.
Yeah, for sure. Not quite the same kind of engage range as the Zac brings. But we do see the Sona Misfortune picked up again, so definitely feeling like that was a strong point for Team Frost. They decide to first pick that one with their first 2 picks. Which I think Q-Pick was doing a fantastic job on that Sona.
Yeah, Q-Pick Sona was on point. Picked up the early tier, managed to finish off into his Archangel's staff, and just so much utility in team fights. A lot of great ults, at a lot of different points of the game as well, too, which is what you really want with that Sona.
And also, I realized I made a mistake. It wasn't the Sona Misfortune. Misfortune was played by Celestiri last game. Stealing that one away from Celestiri, as we were talking about last game, definitely probably the number 1 ADC on this patch right now. Very, very strong. And Varus, another very popular AD this patch as well, too. And Urgot for chasing Summer in the top lane. And Silas coming out.
Oh
Silas
boy!
definitely a fun, an interesting character with that ability to steal ultimates and some pretty game-changing ultimates available for that Silas. You got the Gragas Barrel, the Misfortune ulti, the Sona ulti,
The
uh,
Urgot
and
ultimate.
yeah, Urgot ulti. Really, the only one that isn't a big game changer is that Aurelia.
And the early ultimate's not that bad either. It's pretty okay. But
Yeah,
Urgot ultimate on Silas, who can close distance and get that huge fear off onto all the different people. There's
yeah,
a lot of cool opportunities here for Senpai on that Silas.
yeah, for sure. Definitely a really aggressive kind of dueling team that they've built up here with the Graves, the Silas, and the Aatrox. All three of those characters definitely a lot more of the solo. I'll fight you 1v1 kind of style of character.
Yeah, and Graves can bring a lot of finishers to team fights as well too. He can
Yeah,
take no damage in the jungle, so he's always healthy, and he's got the ability to invade as well. So we'll see what happens with Kitsune if he decides to take a weird path this game, or if he's going to opt for some sort of early gank route again, because
yeah,
that was a very interesting gank path he took last time. He forgoed his blue buff as Echo. He
yeah.
said,
No,
I'm
sure.
not gonna take blue. I'm just gonna go for a gank, and it's gonna work."
Yeah.
And it did.
Got that
So
first blood. Unfortunately, wasn't really able to transition that into the rest of the game. But yeah, as you're saying, definitely a an awkward jungle route that led to a very strong start.
yeah, no, very very strong, interesting play there from Kitsune. So I'm interested to see if he's going to focus more on finding the opposing jungler this game. Is he going to be moving into the opponent's jungle? His mid lane should be pushing pretty aggressively. His top lane, it's going to be interesting to see what happens there. So
Yeah,
Kitsune, we might see him in Gragas' jungle early. We might see him just looking for interesting paths. Yeah, he's got a lot of options. So, and he got his first pick. They first picked the Graves. It was banned last
yeah,
game. So,
banned out. And these two teams do know each other fairly well, I'd say. Definitely faced each other plenty of times in tournaments. So
mhm.
I would imagine that Graves ban was there for a reason. And I think this first pick shows what that reason was.
Yeah, and excited to see it in the game. We've also been seeing a lot of Varus recently. Varus, that poke that he puts out. He puts
Yeah.
out so much damage right now, and he's also a tank shredder, which is good considering that we've got two tanks
Yeah.
this game, and the ultimate as well too. Definitely game
Yeah.
changing. Celestiri, excellent AD. Probably going to look to land some really awesome ults this game. But
Yep.
then you also have the interesting dynamic of Varus Misfortune, where Celesteria, if he manages to all Misfortune, she can just turn around and ult him, right?
Yeah.
So,
She's gonna be standing still anyways, you know.
yeah, she's not moving.
Might as well pop out
There's
the ulti, yeah.
some interesting dynamics that could be at play this game. And Aurelia is in the mid lane as well, too. So it's Aurelia versus Silas in that
Yeah.
mid lane.
Yeah. Yeah, we will see Kimchi with that Aurelia. I'm pretty sure I've seen him in several tournaments playing Aurelia back in the day in the top lane. So it'll be interesting to see him back on that champion once again. Despite, now being in the mid lane, it being season 10 with her being very changed. I'm pretty sure last time I saw the K for Kimchi Aurelia was before her rework. So
Yeah, you can be pretty much certain about that for sure.
But here we are getting into the game. We've got 3 missing skins this time instead of the
Why?
one last time. I am shocked that Kimchi doesn't have an Aurelia skin.
Yeah, I don't think he has a lot of skins, actually. I'm pretty sure Hanul's always been more of a default.
The Faker-esque I don't need a skin to beat you, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's the way, the true way.
I mean, hey, if Faker thinks that it's better to not use a skin, I gotta trust him. But Lion now going after chasing Summer in the top lane. Kitsune is there to follow up and will manage to almost take chasing Summer down. Is going to go under tower, flashes in, hits the tower twice. First blood going the way of Kitsune. And we have a slight issue with the stream here.
We're gonna have to fix the stream cam.
Got a mouse sitting at the bottom of the screen there, but I assure you that there was something really cool that happened in that top lane. Cubic now trying to run it down into the mid lane turret.
Yeah, no, that was an epic play. Very unfortunate that we didn't manage to get that. Maybe we should just I don't know. We can move back and grab it, or
we'll have to see what we can do about that one. But for now, we'll have to get back into game here, and we do have everything back under control. K for Kimchi and Busty Senpai going very low in that mid lane there. So a lot of action early on here.
And what you didn't see when you were off camera there was Graves being literally the worst tower diver in the world, unfortunately, with the tower taking some of his shots, some of his buckshot shots, and he managed to hit the Urgot being at like 40 health with an auto attack, and it didn't kill him somehow.
The only character that actually has their auto attack kind of as a skill shot is Graves. And unfortunately, he shot all of his buckshot into the tower and never actually managed to hit Chasing Summer with that Urgot, and Chasing Summer just gets the free first blood as he flashed under tower.
It really looked like that was going to be going towards Flying or Kitsune here to start too, so very disappointing for them, I'm sure. They looked like they're going to have a 1-0 lead, and instead they put it on one of the most deadly players on the team.
Yeah, no, we saw last game what Chasing Summer can do with the lead, and they might be having traumatic flashbacks already here. As Chasing Summer now going in again onto Flying here. We'll just trade back a little bit of damage. Aatrox getting the better of that one. Celestiri and Canadian once again playing very aggressive in lane. We saw that last game with the Nautilus as well, but Busty Senpai, nice dodge away from Couch, avoiding the damage, or the knock-up. K for Kimchi now having to run away from Busty Senpai, turns around that gank, the 2v1 going in his favor. K for Kimchi gets the slow, gets the auto attack, that extra range that Aurelia has working out in his favor, and the red buff also helping out there as our camera once again is gone a bit low as Umbra Witch goes very low. The Ignite taken away will not be enough. Celestiri continuing to put out a little bit of damage here.
Yeah, and sorry for technical difficulties, guys. We'll be getting that fixed again for you shortly.
Yeah. It's the as we see Couch trying to get a gank down into the bottom lane, but Kitsune is there. You will just have to listen to the radio cast here as K for Kimchi now teleporting in onto Busty Senpai. Busty Senpai saying, I will take this trade. K for Kimchi going down half health. Busty Senpai getting the heal from the Kingslayer. And K for Kimchi managing to dash away onto a minion. Will stay safe there. Now Chasing Summer in the top lane. Tries to dash away. Going very low. Flying. Managing to pick up the kill in the top lane. As action going out across the map. K for Kimchi was slain. I wasn't able to see it on my screen from the directed camera. Was unfortunately watching the top lane. Did end up getting chased down by Busty Senpai there. Couch now trying to defend this tower with a lot of minions in the mid lane, so a lot of damage will be going down there. Chasing Summer now going back in, teleporting in immediately, taking the fight to Flying, but he is losing that one. The Aatrox is dominating. There's so many minions just killing Chasing Summer in the top lane, and he goes down back to back immediately after teleporting in.
And we just need if the camera can just press spacebar, that'll fix the issue. It'll redirect. If you press spacebar, it'll
or D twice. D twice. Also, make sure the mouse is not on the bottom of the screen.
Blue team has slain the dragon.
And there we go. We have a camera back again.
All right.
And Busty Senpai stealing the ulti of K for Kimchi. Busty Senpai picking up another solo kill in the mid lane. 3-1 now. And these solo lanes are popping off for what side is blue this game.
Yeah, Busty Senpai was very strong in the previous performance, but this matchup here in the mid seems to be favored towards him. Fat Flying is level 6, looking for a gank here onto his Urgot. He's the top laner,
yeah,
and he's ganking.
And now Chasing Summer in a lot of trouble here, going low once again. Does not have the ulti to help him out here. Flying's just going to chase him down, continues his killing spree. 3-0 now for him, as Canadian now teleporting through the wall here. Tries to catch on to Umbra Witch, but he is staying very safe. Does not want to let at least one of the lanes pop up for blue side this game.
Yeah, and right now we're seeing a lot of strength here in the mid-top side of the map, which is going to enable a lot for Kitsune here as the game goes on. Aurelia coming for a weird gank path on the bot lane, though.
Yeah, in the backside. Should actually see Canadian there. Canadian spots him out, trying to chase on to Celesteria here. K for Kimchi just going to run for his life now. The minions run out there. Couch now ganking onto Flying in the top lane. Chasing Summer's there. Still no ulti for Chasing Summer, but Flying is going to get in. Gets the kill onto Gragas. So much damage coming out from him. Level 8 now to Chasing Summer's level 5 Urgot will continue to be brought down. The flip into the tower range. That's not going to be enough. Flying is unstoppable, and this substitution in the top lane is absolutely wrecking Team Frost right now.
Yeah, it's absolutely massive right now. That pickup, the Aatrox being very, very hard for him to play against, and a lot of roams here. Cupid pulling string.
Yeah, Cupid now in a lot of trouble here. Went a bit too far. Managed to get enough of a heal going on, and K for Kimchi mid lane goes down. Does get rooted up by Bard, and Sona will go down as well. Umbra Witch now with no mana, trying to keep himself safe under tower. The Q does come out. The body slam by Gragas, not enough here, and Chasing Summer now trying to stop the proxy farming Aatrox in his lane, and he has to flash away too, and this game does not stop.
Wow.
And Chasing Summer going in now, has the ulti, not enough. Are we going to get 2 seconds here now? You think?
Maybe.
Oh no, Umbra's going to get stunned up here. The heal does come out from Cupid, managing to keep him safe for a little bit longer. Still no mana though. And now Cupid going to decide whether he wants to chase this one around here. Canadian going fairly low. Celesteria there as well, very low. Canadian does get the heal. It will be enough to save him from the auto attack. The flash forward by Umbra Witch. And Cupid goes down, but the trade back from Umbra Witch will keep that a 1-for-1 in the bottom lane. And these teams are just continuing to fight after fight after fight.
Yeah, and really fighting here in all these lanes. Misfortune here with the triple Doran's Blade here, trying to make sure that he can engage in those fights. Manages to pick up the kill there. Very important for them at this point. They need to pick up whatever gold they can on the map. They're at a huge gold deficit right now, and a huge level deficit in the top lane as well too. 9 to level 6.
Yeah, a 3-level disadvantage is disastrous at this point in the game.
He does have the ability. There is that huge. You get a lot of experience if you solo kill now. They've made that change, and you also get more experience if the person's behind. So Chasing Summer is level 6. If he manages to get an execute with his ultimate at some point, he might be able to pick that up. But
I have a feeling that's a tough thing to call for here. Chasing Summer getting dropped very low. Flying going to continue in. Goes godlike under the tower. And I don't think he's going to get low enough to be ulted, unfortunately, for Chasing Summer in this game.
and I'm just going to throw it out here, but I think we're going to see a new ban next game. So that play on Aatrox, knowing the range for his abilities through the tower as well, too. Just completely confident that even though he's not going to be in range to attack him, that he's got enough damage out of his ability.
Oh, and the ultis come out. The great stun from Canadian, keeping Celesteria alive. The walk forward manages to get through the barge stun, and Umbra Witch will manage to pick up the double kill on the bottom side. Well, mid lane, there is a Rift Herald taking down that first tower after the dive in the mid lane there. I didn't want to interrupt you, but they just keep going.
No, yeah, they are not afraid to fight, any of these teams, and they know that they just need to pull the trigger. They're not ones to say, oh, there's the engage from the ultimate from Urgot. Is he going to be able to get him long?
This might be the time. The healing reduction is there. He might get low enough. The ulti actually times out, I believe. And now Chasing Summer is in a lot of trouble and will go down.
Yeah,
Legendary.
Having a really
for
tough
flying here.
Aatrox here in the top lane. Aatrox still hasn't bought in a while as well, too. Sitting on a lot of gold. He's going to have a big purchase here when he goes back. But he doesn't care. He's happy to stay. He's looking instead for another kill.
Yeah. K for Kimchi now trying to switch it up here in the top lane, and he's just going to instantly go down. Not really faring any better at 1-4. But now 9-0 in the top lane for that Aatrox. And Celestiri managing to get away from that engage. The 6-man bot is there. The teleport is coming in from the Aatrox, I believe. And he is going to chase down the bottom lane carries here. As Busty Senpai continues to fight it out with Chasing Summer in the mid lane. And there is action across the map right now. 4 members down in the bot side trying to get this tower down. Get their second tower before the tower plates go down here.
Getting engaged on heavily in mid. Did manage to pick up that kill before we did leave him, but he's going to fall now, too. Unfortunate for Busty Senpai. Just overstayed a little bit. Did pick up the kill on the Urgot, though. So 1 for 1.
Though, I will have to say that one not worth, because he does give up that 800 gold shutdown bonus. Whereas Urgot not really worth a lot of money at this point. And Celestiri taken extremely low from the tower in the ulti from Umber, which flying on the backside will manage to help Canadian take that kill, but it's a 2 for 1 so far. Flying now trying to get out. Q-Pick on the backside going very low. The flash forward will manage to flash away from that one. And now the Urgot ulti comes out and finally claims that bonus.
And that was always going to happen at some point. That was basically a guarantee. Aatrox is one of those champions that can live at very low health for a long time, but Urgot just kills you. So there's nothing you can do there once you get to that low health point. Great play there by Chasing Summer. TPing down into the deep in the lane so they can walk back towards the tower. He's not afraid. He's not out of his mind. He's 3-8. He knows. It doesn't matter, but he's just going to do what he can do right now.
Yeah, now K for Kimchi going to try to live in this mid lane here. Will not be able to do so. Busty Senpai a little bit too strong, and now Couch on the backside trying to help clean up this kill. Umbra Witch will be able to take him down. So another death onto Busty Senpai. Definitely a bright side for Team Frost right now.
Yeah, Busty Senpai putting a lot of pressure on that mid lane, forcing multiple players to come deal with him, really freeing up pressure in his upper lanes. Upper lanes that are already doing well as well, too. Kitsune coming in for a gank on the bot lane, finds some fortune. Is he going to be able to pick her up here with the damage? Does manage to finish her off with her ultimate.
But now Fly takes down the top lane tower, will continue to chase on to Chasing Summer here. The Urgot in a lot of trouble, does not have the extra help to take that Aatrox low this time, and the ultimate popped, will be trying to hunt down Chasing Summer in the top lane.
And he loves to fight. This Aatrox just absolutely loves that. So he's just looking for him wherever he can find him. He's so fast, too.
Yeah, but if you look on the top side, Chasing Summer playing a great game of Bring Around the Rosie here and managed to get 3 people in to try and help out, get the kill here. The ulti comes down, but it's not in time to save the Aatrox. The Bard ultimate did try, but wasn't there for it. And another shutdown going the way of Team Frost. again here. K for Kimchi is going to go down as Busty Senpai gets caught out in the mid lane, or does manage to get away with the stolen Gragas ulti though.
Yeah, that ultimate steal from Silas, that's his character.
Silas. Yep.
Silas, the ultimate steal from Silas is something that you're not really sure what he's doing unless you're paying a lot of attention. So you might not even know that he's got Gragas ultimate unless you're like paying close attention. You see the little sign, and you got to be able to shift how you're playing against him depending on what ultimate you might be holding.
Yeah, and I don't know if you noticed it, but Kitsune tried to flash ulti under tower, only to find out his ulti still had 10 seconds left on the cooldown.
Some days.
That one hurts.
Some days. That's how it happens.
He had the unfortunate flash under tower at the start of the game, the second one here right now. So tower dive's not exactly going his way today.
No, not so much. Not so much. K for Kimchi at this point has finished his fork now. Pretty small right now compared to Silas. And this Aatrox here also very scary.
Yeah. And now Gragas trying to go in onto the Aatrox in the top lane here, but Chasing Summer going to get caught out by Busty Senpai in the jungle here. The ulti coming out from Bard will catch up onto two of them. Busty Senpai gets in over the wall. The ulti coming across from Misfortune doing so much damage. Team WSB going very low here, and Celestiri going to get cleaned up on the backside. Flying is coming in though with the Aatrox ulti, manages to clean up Umbra Witch on the backside. But a great turnaround for Team Frost here. Really what they needed there.
Yeah, excellent play from Umbra Witch there. Really able to turn that fight around with that ultimate damage. So much damage from Misfortune ultimate. It's hard to even understand. They all move into that choke, and prat, prat, prat was the sound of the gat. She just lit them all off in the face.
Didn't necessarily get the kills, but definitely dropped them low enough that Team Frost could finally actually go in and finish off something.
Yeah, it turns a 2-0 into 4 for 3. So that's an excellent turnaround.
Yeah, if you're Team Frost at this point, you're taking that every day of the week right now.
You have
sitting down
3 dragons already down here for WSB.
Yeah, and now Kimchi kind of caught out by flying here. Will get dropped very low. The stun actually coming out, keeping him alive for a little bit longer. Celestiri will pick that one up on the backside, though. Umbra Witch now in a lot of trouble as Flying is chasing him down. The Ignite is on, so the healing isn't there for Flying, but it doesn't matter. The rest of the team is there to help him out. And now Chasing Summer caught out by the Bard ultimate. Will get knocked back by the Silas Stolen Graves, or Gragas cast, and now Gragas has to run away. Flashes into the bush, will get seen by Busty Senpai, and he has nowhere to go. A double kill coming out for the Silas. 12-4-1 now. Busty Senpai on that Silas. And Flying.
Senpai absolutely massive right here at this point. The Aatrox also just so hard to deal with. That whole fight, Kitsune not even there. Just doing the Rift Herald.
Yeah.
He does have it too. He's going to be able to bring that to finish off one of these lanes if they so choose. Already opening up the mid inhibitor without it. So they could drop it and just try and do Nexus. No, they're not.
Yeah, no, we might see Shelly dance this game. It is a possibility right now. As Chasing Summer trying to get a flank off here, just going to get chased down by Kitsune here. Busty Senpai does go in, will pick up the kill, the rampage now for him. Umbra Witch on the backside gets taken out by the Aatrox, trying to get that Misfortune ulti to work once more, but it doesn't help him out. And now Gragas will just get chased down. Canadian going a little bit far on that one.
Way. Went the whole way. I didn't even know you could go the whole way.
Yeah, and Shelly now going to attack these towers with the team. Bard again. We saw this last week. With the counter to Shelly does not allow that charge to go off, but it really doesn't matter in the end here, as WSB just has too much gold here. And the kill's actually coming through here. They might not be able to finish it off here. Shelly will end up going down on the backside. Celestiri getting chased away with Canadian here. And Flying actually going down. Busty Senpai, though, coming in, turns to dominating. Has the Missile Fortune ulti ready to go. Does not get the jump in. The Kingslayer comes out onto Chasing Summer. Does manage to help Chasing Summer go back to the Death Chamber once more, but will go down to Umbra Witch here. And the game does manage to continue. They save off defeat for a little bit longer.
Yeah, they do have a ward right on the Nexus. How many teleports are available? They have one.
They have one with Aatrox. Yeah.
Oh, Sona does manage to find the ward on the Nexus.
Yeah.
Not going to let that happen. Maybe saw them more during the fight, and maybe just good instincts there by her. But fourth dragon just about to spawn here as well too.
Definitely Drake that you'd want to contest as Team Frost, but I don't know that you can at this point. Down only 8k gold, but it feels like so much more.
Yeah, it definitely feels like a lot, and not the most scary soul that they could be looking at right here, but still facing a soul right here. If they can look for a fight, they're going to probably want to try.
Yeah.
They do have to worry about the Aatrox either just finishing on his own with teleport, teleporting to a super minion on the Nexus, perhaps.
Yeah. And the dragon is going to be started up. Team Frost. Kitsune going in. The steal does come out. Varus getting a hold of that one. That's Dragon Soul for WSB, but the kills are coming out, and it is actually going to be a clean sweep. I thought it was going one way, but Chasing Summer, Couch, and K for Kimchi go down. Cupid will go down on the backside as well. The only one left alive is Misfortune, trying to defend the base from super minions right now, and I don't think she can defend against this horde that is WSB this time.
No, it's going to be pretty much impossible. Aatrox has blue buff. That was his priority. It's totally fine. Oh, they're looking for the dive. They do manage to make it happen, too.
Yep, they do get the ace here at the cost of Busty Senpai's life, but that should be pretty much the game. Unless they want to let it continue here, as Celestiri 1v1ing K for Kimchi here pretty much. Getting chased off by
too. Both teams don't like to end. They just like to kill more people.
Yeah. It is a show match, not an actual tournament match, not really for any standing or anything, so why not show off when you've got a bit of a lead like this one, especially after last game here. And Celestiri going to get dragged into death here by Chasing Summer on the backside. The super minions are ending the game slowly but surely. The Misfortune ulti canceled out by Flying here. And Couch will get knocked up, trying to engage onto Flying. Busty Senpai is here to help him out. The two solo laners just absolutely destroying everybody. Busty Senpai tossing the Misfortune ulti into the fountain, and that will finally be the game for WSB.
Yeah, great game by WSB. Really coming back from that last game where they did fall down a little bit early, and then just really just boom, boom, boom. Just pounded them in the face this game with that mid-top. A lot of roams from the Stylus, doing so much damage. Getting up on early, I think 6-0 in mid and top alike. So, especially after starting off definitely giving up first blood too to start as well.
Yeah, definitely started the game at least 3-0, or it was 3-0 and 3-1. Because I believe Busty Senpai went down at some point early on. But we look at some of the replays from the little bit of scrapping at the end there. Yeah, not a whole lot to say about that one. It was kind of decided pretty quickly into the game with both Aatrox and Silas just popping off.
Yeah, Aatrox and Silas both had excellent games. Big plays from the substitute coming in. The substitute picking up a lot of damage there in the top lane on the Aatrox, really putting on a clinic. One of the best Aatroxes I've ever seen, to be honest. So well done, fat flying bastard.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't think that's really slanted either way, that matchup, the Aatrox versus the Urgot. It's a matchup that we definitely saw for most of Season 9.
Yeah.
Or was it Season 8? Like, it's there's been so many years of League of Legends that I've watched and played that it's hard to tell them apart at this point. But that definitely was like the main matchup in the top lane for at least like 6 months in a row.
Yeah, it was a massive matchup for a long time. Yeah, and big plays all across the map, all this game. Aatrox here, one of them again. This play right here where he doesn't even care about the tower. Watch. Boom.
Yeah. And just perfectly placed knockups, just keeping Chasing Summer down. Like, he had his spacing perfected that game. And here we see Busty Senpai getting a gank in the mid lane. Didn't really need the help, but the help was there. And we just had fights across the map at this point. Here. Great stun by Canadian, interrupting the MF ulti, but not enough to keep them alive. The 2-for-1 down in the bot lane. One of the bright spots that they had was that bot lane with Umbra Witch and Q-Pick. The Sona MF doing a fairly good job that game.
Yeah, they had a tough one. They had a tough one, that's for sure. When the top side of your map snowballs like this, I haven't seen a snowball this hard in a while. Actually, that was just really good roams, a lot of really good fighting between the two of them, and then plays like this where Chasing Summer starts.
Yeah.
He's looking for the first execute of his ultimate. Aatrox has a huge bounty, and then just slow and steady turns the fight around.
Yeah. No, manages to just stay above that kite for long enough that he stays above that threshold and just not able to finalize the kill in that top lane for so long that Flying just really unstoppable that game. As you see K for Kimchi going up and just getting deleted as well. Either way, we didn't have one last week. We had a 2-0 last week. We get a Game 3 this game. We don't have Silver Scrapes, unfortunately. But we are going to take a short break before the next game, and we will be back to have the last game of the Edmonton Quarantine Cup, Charity Cup show match, week number 2. Game number 3 coming up very shortly, so stick around.
Share alike.
again. Game number 3.
Yes.
And very exciting series so far.
Very exciting. Yeah, very, very exciting series.
I went and got myself a lot of water after that last one.
Nice. Nice, yeah.
Because
Fill that cup.
little bit dry after, how much commentating that I had to do there.
Yeah, there's a bunch of action going on across the map for all of both games, which makes them great games. So,
yeah.
Huzzah.
So we are into picks and bans now, though, for game number 3. We see the Graves ban once again. So despite the rough tower dives, definitely that is a pick that they want away from Kitsune.
Yeah.
But we don't really see anything for... Yeah, no Aatrox, no Silas. Gonna let him get away with that one. Doesn't matter because they're picking up the Renekton.
Yeah, and Hecarim as well, too. So we're going to see a bunch of shifting picks here. It'll be interesting to see how these teams choose to take this game. Do we want to take it as a game where we want to try something new, something we've been working on? Do we want to necessarily win this? This is a show match, so it's for bragging rights.
Yeah.
But they might be working on some strats that they're looking at a little bit. So
yeah, it might
I'm
be taking this as kind of like a scrim for the tournament. So test out a few different picks here and there. We do see the Soraka coming out, who did get buffs on this patch.
Yeah, she got 2 buffs. She got buffs to her damage and to her healing. Soraka, always one of those champions that can be very hard to play against. Her healing is so crazy nowadays. She does so much in healing and brings that global ultimate as well, too. So, again, it changes how team fights play out. You're used to having enough damage at a certain health point to kill somebody, but with Soraka there, nuh-uh. And you think, I almost can get it. I'm pretty sure I can. Nuh-uh. She just has so much healing, and it's incredibly hard to deal with that.
Yeah, and we saw her dominate the top lane meta for several weeks early on in this season. Got nerfed, and now they're starting to buff her back up again, which has a lot of people questioning what's going on there.
Oh, yeah. Soraka, I'm not sure why you would ever give that champion a buff. But interesting, they choose to ban out Yuumi in the last ban phase after Soraka's already been picked here. So I wonder if they're thinking that something weird's happening, or they're just
I think they're thinking that's the top lane Soraka coming back once again, rather than the support.
Interesting. So that would be very interesting to see. Yeah, if that does manage to be what's happening, you definitely don't want to give them Yuumi plus Soraka. Yuumi on Soraka just heals all day.
Yeah. So. Also, the Wukong banned out, so Chasing Summer will have that one taken away if that is not the Soraka top lane. So we won't see the monkey going around here. Yeah, Fiora open, but the Urgot going to come out again. Gonna run that one back. Definitely.
Yeah, probably wants to play that again. Didn't have the best showing last game with the Urgot. Unfortunately,
with first blood too.
Yeah, with
he
the first
did
blood,
get that first blood early on.
Yeah,
but,
those roams, they'll just they'll ruin your day. They'll ruin your week even.
But changing it up of taking Urgot into the Renekton, which is I'd say it's a bit of an interesting matchup. I feel like Renekton just has a strong enough early game that he can kind of run this lane.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Renekton is a very strong laner. It's hard to say with... what is happening here? We're seeing a lot of swaps this game, it looks like. Where I was expecting to see a couple trades here this game, but no, it looks like we're going to see some position swaps. So Couch is staying in the jungle. Umbral's still AD. Cupid's on support, but Kimchi and Chasing Summer have swapped. Kimchi's on the Urgot top lane, and Chasing Summer's picked up that LeBlanc, and he's taking it mid versus the Cassiopeia.
Yeah, so Definitely a very big skill matchup there with the LeBlanc Cassiopeia. Obviously, once you kind of dash in, Cassiopeia can have the miasma laying around, so you can't actually pop back out to your clone. But the Soraka going into the support role, so you were the correct one on that one.
I'm always right, baby. No, I'm not. Yeah, Soraka in support, she just does so much. It would be very cool to see her top, and we probably will at some point for sure. But
I definitely think that's a pick that's coming back once again very soon here, but not this game.
Maybe they needed the Yumi. Maybe they needed the Yumi on support to make the Soraka top work. You know,
maybe
heals for days. Maybe.
So. Well, actually, no. So we're thinking Cassiopeia mid lane. It could be a Cassiopeia in the bot lane for Celestiri. It could be Busty Senpai taking that Lucian mid. Lucian mid, definitely a thing that has been happening over the last few patches. One of the ADs that can go into those solo lanes and actually do quite well.
Yeah, so we're seeing spice everywhere then, if that's the case.
Yeah.
There's every single lane here at this point is just we're gonna mess things up. Kitsune on the Hecarim, I haven't seen him in a year. Renekton on the top lane, that's a staple. That's standard. Cassiopeia in the bottom, sure, why not, right? Lucian mid, yeah.
She has been a very strong bot laner since the Juggernaut meta almost came out when AD carry kind of died off for a while, and we saw a lot more mages bot lane. Cassiopeia was definitely one of those ones that thrived in that role.
And Cassiopeia Pia being one of those casters that can continuously output damage so much throughout. As soon as she's got 3 abilities, she just can really decimate your health pool really quickly. So when you see a good Cassiopeia, it's pretty nutty how much damage they can put out.
Yeah. And I think really the only kind of bog standard ones are the Soraka and the Pike. For characters that's and the players in their roles. So
Trundle on Couch. Yeah. Couch playing 3 different junglers every single game. Not getting the Zac after his first performance.
Yeah, no, Trundle definitely also, not wanting to give that one up again.
Yeah, Trundle also an interesting pick against the Hecarim. Did pick him after the Hecarim, so going to be able to have that pillar to really interfere with potentially some of Hecarim's damage as he moves in. Yeah, slow him down,
and also kind of helping against the Renekton in the late game there.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
The Renekton not necessarily being one of the tankier bruisers late game. So stealing any kind of stats that Renekton has, he will get very squishy with that Trundle ulti on
him. Yep. Cool Renekton skin. I haven't seen this one before, actually.
That is a chroma of the Black Frost Renekton, which just came out, I think, 2 patches ago. I remember seeing that pop up.
That's why it's new to me. And we've actually had a lot of level 1 action all these games. A little bit of
fighting. Senpai going low here has to flash over that wall, so...
Yeah, there's the flash right there.
Yeah. Little bit ahead of the game here. Unfortunately, one of the problems with wireless quarantine technology is, especially with delays on things, sometimes comes through like that. So,
ooh, Renekton here, he is going to be going for this.
Yeah, K for Kimchi up to task here. Has the shield. A lot of damage coming out onto Flying here. And Couch is coming for backup. will have to flash over the wall. The flash by Kimchi matching. The ignite is there. The stun comes out for Flying, but he will go down. That's first blood and a little bit of revenge coming for K for Kimchi this game.
Yeah, massive pickup for him to get to start this game with first blood. But I will mind you, not that dissimilar to what we saw last game. We did see an Urgot with first blood in the top lane to start off our previous game.
Yeah. Though I'd say last time was less because of the Urgot and more because of the Graves flashing under tower.
Yes, that's true. That would be very true. Yeah, and you're right.
This
Solitary
one-
is going to be in the bot lane. We're going to see the Cassiopeia with the Pike.
Yeah, and we do get the Lucian mid versus Chasing Summer. That actually, I feel, almost favors Lucian early on. A lot more damage and aggression can come out of that 80 carry in the early game.
Yeah, it's so much damage coming through him. And great play there by Cupid. Just Canadian looking for an aggressive spear, and Cupid silences him, cancels the spear. No spear for you.
Yep. Yeah, definitely one of those lane matchups that you don't necessarily see too often, but you could consider almost a counter pick.
Yeah, well, I've
Soraka.
actually never
Like-
thought to wait for my ability that way. Oh, and big
Yeah.
dive here on the top lane.
Yeah,
Flying Bass
Flying
is
gets
going
caught.
in.
Yeah, and Renekton managing to pick up the kill after getting chucked under the tower there. Unfortunate for Kimchi that he got stunned while he was tossing Flying backwards, but he does manage to get the trade out. And Busty Senpai now trying to stay safe in this one. Couch going to run away, gets knocked up by Kitsune, but not too much going to come out of there. Jungler's just shaking hands in the mid lane.
And Flying just knowing his damage so well, knowing that he can always take those fights. Canadian here looking for a gank there, doesn't manage to find an angle.
Yeah, missed out on the stun there, and Cupid having a little bit of fun with it, but now grounded from the miasma, will get taken fairly low by Celesteria, but no mana there, and Celesteria, the double up, definitely hurting a fair bit here, and Trundle is looking for a gank. I don't know what he'll find here, though.
Yeah, Trundle looking, or just there to back up as well, too. And you can see, again, Cupid, one more time, just silences the Pike's
Oh, he gets stunned up, almost under tower. The Ignite does come down, not enough to finish him off, though. Canadian flashing away from that one as well, I believe. But a flash out for Soraka. Yeah.
And
Now-
this lane, just push. And right now, that's probably the way that they want to continue to play it.
Yeah, they don't want to allow... Oh, as we do get the gank in the top lane. Came for Kimchi. Going to go down there as the Hecarim finds his way up top. Cupid actually sitting fairly low here. A spear from Canadian would do a fair bit. The silence comes in too late to stop it. Cupid's going to go low. Celesteria will take him down. And now the stun onto Umbra Witch here. Will tank a tower shot and go down, trying to chase down the Cassiopeia. You were saying they were playing aggressive, trying to play off the fact that Cassiopeia had no mana left on her and just keep her from going back, but it ends up backfiring for them here.
Yeah, and the fanciest feat in the business, Canadian with a flash there to manage to land the stun onto Umbral there. Umbral pathing forward, does die finally to the tower shot of the last bit of that exchange.
Yeah.
But
And
just
Kimchi
a
trying to get a fight here in the top lane. Flying does manage to walk away from that one. Unlike the Gragas and the Zac, not quite the gap closing ability there for Trundle.
No, not quite, that's for sure.
Oh,
But,
the stun does
Flying
come out
here
for Flying. He
goes
does
on
have
the
the
way.
damage here, but Couch is still around. Flying's going to be taken fairly low. Came for Kimchi on the backside, also very low. The ulti does come out for Flying. Will be chasing down Couch, and Couch actually has to flash away from this one. Flying trying to chase in with the slice and dice. Does not get in range, though, and gets the call of Meek to keep himself alive for a second longer. K for Kimchi just trying to get in range here, chasing into the tower. The call of Meek comes out, and he gets a double kill!
Oh my god, I was stressed for that entire fight. Holy mackerel. The Renekton there, the Renekton playing the edges, the absolute edges of his health. He knows he wants to get the kill. He knows they're going to try and kill him, and he knows he's got his heal, but he just plays it perfectly. Pixel perfect, picks up the double, and what a dominant play there from Fat Flying Bastard there on this Renekton.
Yeah, you were talking earlier. He knows exactly how much damage he can deal out, and he showed it there, getting just the edges of his heal, like playing on that knife's edge. I swear he dropped down to single digits like 6 times in that fight.
Oh, it was incredibly close, and that's what you can do when you're so good at this game that you understand all the ranges of all the characters in play. You know that nobody is going to be able to get right up to them. You know that their abilities are currently on cooldown. Just one toxic pass from Urgot, and boom, he's done.
Yeah.
So.
No, and just perfectly staying out of range of any Urgot autos or Trundle getting in there. And now Lucian
here in the mid lane.
Yeah, Busty Senpai burning down here from the Ignite, but Chasing Summer having to back off from that one. The Lucian damage managing to keep up with that LeBlanc burst, and Flying now hanging out under the tower here. Will stun up K for Kimchi and just slice and dice his way out.
Yeah, the Trundle Pillar changes the Hecarim's mind there in the mid lane.
Yeah.
Ooh, what a
the direction a little bit. Oh, yeah, no, the hook does come out from Canadian here. Umbra Witch does get picked off there, but not much going to be burned from that one. The flash actually is burned there. Didn't see it go off, but it did. And really great pickup there for Canadian. And the tower dive now onto K for Kimchi in the top lane. The Renekton ulti just keeping them alive. The slow is there. The damage is not quite enough from the tower. Taken so low after that gank, but staying alive in that top lane is Renekton.
Did he flash forward? No, it looked for a second. Nope. The movement speed that Cassiopeia picks up, just so crazy when she gets, she just starts to move so fast forward.
But no, we're seeing that Renekton in the top lane just popping off once again. Flying just showing what he can do with this game. He's only a sub, right?
Yeah. Or filling in as a favor, perhaps.
Yeah, I mean, he's putting on a good showcase for anybody who may need a top laner right now for the Edmonton Quarantine Charity Cup.
Yeah, no.
Might want to look his way.
Yeah, he's crazy, and that Renekton skin is also a beautiful skin, may I say. That's very beautiful.
Yeah, that is a really cool skin. K for Kimchi having to play back here. Busty Senpai just dashing through the pillar and continuing to get procs off onto that Trundle with his press the attack rune, getting that extra damage out.
Tough for the Trundle there, that's for sure. In that mid lane with those ganks coming off on Busty. Busty playing it pretty well. Ooh, but in the top lane here,
Kimchi.
Fat Flying gets thrown under a tower.
Oh, Flying going down very low, but no ulti coming out from K for Kimchi. Does manage to land it! And there is the shutdown. Jason Summers' clone now. Didn't realize that was a clone for a second, but Canadian on the top lane just misses out on the ulti. Jason Summer managing to dash away from that one.
Yeah, and K for Kimchi spots the spot in the bush, predicts correctly. He is sitting there, manages to pick up the kill. Probably close to max range on his ultimate there as well, too.
Yeah, no, that's definitely one of those things. If you don't play against a lot of Urgots, you tend to underestimate the range on his ulti. You can almost shoot it from tower to tower there. So it's got quite the range that for what it is as a chase down mechanic. So.
And Urgot does so much damage the longer the game gets. I think the one thing that everyone can learn from Fat Fly in this game is that you always want to fight him early.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Now Yeah, Cupid managing to use those fancy feet to dodge away from all of the stuns here. But unfortunately, a little bit too much damage coming out. Will end up going down. Chasing Summer will end the life of Busty Senpai here in the mid lane. Now trying to run away from flying here. And now will manage to get away from that one. The ulti coming out from Misfortune, just clearing the wave there, not allowing too much to happen. The Rift Herald will come in and gets at least a couple tower plates here. But
yeah, big pickup.
do not believe they'll get the tower.
Rift Herald and to bring it to the bottom side of the map as well too. Very huge, especially considering that for most of the game, Solitary has been pushed under tower. Now they have the potential, if they do manage to get a kill in the bot lane, they'll be able to break that tower. They've got a minute and a half still for the plates, so
they are going to pick up their second Drake of the game here. Ocean and Infernal, and we get our second Mountain Soul of the game here, or of the series. And now Chasing Summer trying to get some damage onto Busty Senpai, but the trades are going in Lucian's favor this game.
Yeah, Lucian, he's been doing really good in this matchup. Very mobile, which is going to be hard for LeBlanc to deal with in the first place. And then all of those trades, he's just been putting out maximum damage, really putting the pressure on her. Not afraid about assassination at this point. He's been getting a lot of ganks, too. Couch has been visiting mid lane often, but that dash just makes it very hard for to be able to get
not a lot of hard CC in that lane or the jungle to stop the Lucian from just dashing about where he wants.
And
Plating will fall soon.
And we do have a little bit of a slow time with just a bit of back and forth from Kimchi and Flying in the top lane here.
And I think the lane started to shift now at this point. So Flying's gone for the Black Cleaver build to start. There is another build where you can go Borg start. And then that...
Oh, and Cupid getting picked up. The heal comes out and keeps him alive here. And in the top lane, the gank actually gets turned around by Kitsune on the backside after a counter gank. Chasing Summer is up here to help out, though, and will manage to take out Flying. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, despite missing the ulti, they do manage to go 2-0 in the bot lane.
Yeah, and all that healing from Cupid. So much healing came out so fast, almost managed to save their lives. And now they're going to be able to push up the tower, and they might be able to bust it for first tower gold here.
Yeah, Chasing Summer actually in a little bit of trouble there. Busty Senpai definitely getting the upper hand in the trades once again. Does have the cooldowns here. Full dash in, gets the kill with a little help from Soraka, but Busty Senpai will manage to claim the bounty on Chasing Summer's head as price.
Yeah, big pickup there for Busty Senpai. Chasing Summer still has Ignite. Busty did have to use his Ignite in that fight. So Chasing Summer will have a little bit of an edge when they do get back to lane if they are going to be fighting one more time. And even though he's been doing such a great job in that lane, it's now 1-2 for Busty Senpai and 3-1 for Chasing Summer.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Chasing Summer doing a great job roaming so far this game, getting kills outside of lane, getting ganks from Couch early on, got him that first kill in the mid lane to complement the other two he's gotten so far. Or the other mid lane kill that he's gotten just now. So 3-1, but it is with help from his teammates here, whereas the 1-2 is mostly on the back of Busty Senpai here.
Yeah. That's funny. Yeah, and looking at the bot lane matchup as well here. I'm just sorry, I jumped ahead there for a second. You're going to see
the hook there from Canadian does land onto Chasing Summer. Not much going to happen for here, but Couch now on the backside going after Celestiri. Chasing Summer jumps in, gets the double ulti from Celestiri. Couch will go down. Cupid on the backside gets chased down by Kitsune under the tower here. Chasing Summer getting the dash into the Lucian ulti. The early prediction by Busty Senpai there knew the only place that Chasing Summer had to go and cut it off with the culling.
Yeah, and that's a huge pickup at a great time for them as well, too. They're going to be able to grab their second Rift Herald here. And as well, we've got Dragon coming up in a little bit, so they might be able to either take that to a lane, bust a tower, or base, team fight a Dragon, and then look to drop the Rift Herald. So they've got a lot of options. Really good time for that fight to have taken place, because it's going to give them enough time to be able to reset as well.
Yeah. No, and it's well-played game so far by team, what side is blue? And flying now just... I'm just waiting for them to pop off again here. I keep pausing because I expect action to just start happening.
Out of nowhere,
after
right?
the last two games, yeah.
And
as I take a drink of water, yeah. We get flying, trying to go in there. The ulti for Kimchi will go down, and Urgot is having a good time this game.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Once Urgot gets a couple of items, he's very powerful, and he does so much damage, and he's so tanky. But just in the past game, we cut him down. This game, he came close to doing it, but
and now Cupid going down early, Chasing Summer trying to dash in onto Canadian here on the backside. The ulti cutting off the follow-up from what side is blue, and Chasing Summer dashing in onto Busty Senpai will not be able to get the kill there, but Umbra Witch will pick it up afterwards, gets the follow-up return kill. One for two going the way of what side is blue here. And the Dragon, third Dragon of the game.
And the Dragon, yeah, third Dragon. They've had great Dragon control both of these last two games. Both games, they've really come out swinging. This game, Silisteria is the one that's doing a lot of the work. We're seeing a lot of great hooks. But you could say Canadian as well, too. We're seeing a lot of great spears, I guess, from harpoons. What would you call them?
Pikes? Yeah. Yeah, they are pikes. Yeah, I think it's a harpoon?
Or glaive or something?
It's a harpoon. I know that much for sure. I don't remember what the ability name is, though. And here I am, a pike player.
Yeah, pike player.
Now Chasing Summer. Oh, the ulti whiffing wide on that one. Flying now. Going to dash in with the ulti. Try to stay alive here, but the three-man top lane will be enough to take him down. Umbra Witch on the backside, on the bottom lane, gets taken out by Kitsune, pushed a little too far forward there with no tower to keep him safe. Canadian now trying to chase after Soraka as the Rift Herald is being summoned in the bottom lane, I believe.
And that is going to be absolutely massive, bringing that bot lane Rift Herald. Just completely breaking open the bottom side of the map while they still have all their towers bot lane. They just managed to get mid tower as well, too.
Yeah, the mid-tier too. So that bot side of the jungle, the dragon side, very open for what side is blue. And Celestiri with the great ulti once again, almost gets the kill. Does get it from the poison. Chasing Summer taken down with just the last ticks of Cassiopeia's poison there. But as I was saying, bot side being open, so open for blue team here, really makes that fourth dragon a lot easier to get.
It makes it a lot easier to get, and especially with their team comp, they have Cassiopeia. If Cassiopeia is sitting in a bush or sitting around a corner, and you have to blind check in towards her, or you have to ward forward to check, you could have lost the game already. So if they manage to position properly for this next dragon, and if Team Frost chooses to try and contest, there might be some possibilities to just completely end the game right there.
Yeah, it is still fairly early in the game, 20 minutes so far, but you do have an 8-0 Cassiopeia, which since I think 2 seasons ago they made the changes to how tower damage works for AP carries, and now they can actually do damage to towers. One of the main reasons that mages started getting play down in the bot lane as well was that change to the towers. As Cupid getting caught out here once again by Canadian and Hecarim. Hecarim dashing away from that one, but Flying didn't get the memo, and he will be taken down. The Urgot on a killing spree now. Couch trying to chase down Kitsune on the backside, but Hecarim just too fast here.
And a bunch of damage pushed over there really quick there from the Lucian onto that Trundle there. But yeah, no, unfortunately for Fat Flying Bastard, he's there to fight, but Kitsune or it was already out. Kitsune was done. He saw what he needed to see, and he did not like it.
Yeah, no, the 3v2 was not what he wanted to take there, and decided against it, ulting away. But overall, could have gone much worse for WSB here. Losing only, I think, one character definitely could have gone a lot worse and possibly transitioned into like a Baron.
Yeah, and that would have been very, very damaging for WS, for the other team if they were able to pick up the Baron there off that play. Pike here looking for a catch on the Trundle. Tries for the hero, doesn't manage to pick it up, but Trundle's too far forward. This is the fourth dragon. They've already lost their jungler.
Yeah, the jungler caught out, goes down here, and chasing Summer, now dashing in, manages to get the shutdown with the help of K for Kimchi onto the other jungler. The ulti now coming out, getting the double kill, kills off the Renekton, but now Canadian getting the spear onto Chasing Summer, pulling him forward. Chasing Summer taken very low, but manages to zap away, does not get hit by the Pike ultimate, and Celestiri now left alone. The last healthy member second last healthy member as Canadian comes in, and Busty Senpai actually going forward as well. Celestiri going legendary with the death of Cupid. Double kill going down as he takes out Umbra Witch as well. And Celestiri 10-0-3 said, "It was my solo laner's last game. Let me show you what I can do now."
Yeah, he is very scary right now.
The hooks by Canadian this game.
Oh, he is on fire. And oh my god, that Trundle, he just gets completely evaporated like he's butter in a bowl that you're microwaving for popcorn. He's gone.
Now Chasing Summer getting chased down by Celestiri again here. Busty Senpai starting up the dragon in the meantime while they chase down this kill in the bottom lane.
Ooh. Chasing
Summer does jump back to the cubbyhole, but not going to be able to get away from Celestiri there. Waiting in the wings. Does manage to bait out a Hecarim ulti, though.
Yeah, that's big. That's big.
So.
And fourth dragon, there it goes. They tried to defend, they tried to mount the defense, but they weren't able to get there in time. Second Earth Drag in a row, Mountain Drag in a row for WSB here.
Yeah, maybe that's it, is they need that Mountain Dragon map to really push them ahead in the game here. Obviously, I'm kidding, but, you know, very strong showing on the Dragon control.
Oh, yeah, they're just on point. They know when they've got the ability to take it, and they just make sure it happens.
So, now with that Dragon... Yeah, he will go in onto Kimchi. Take it, starting to go very low. Canadian will manage to help get the kill there. Celestiri actually being the one to pick it up. Flying still alive on the backside. Here dashes in. Umbra Witch getting taken very low immediately. Chasing Summer. Chase down on the backside. Burns down from, I believe, a red buff tick. As Cupid now poisoned up, slowed up, and will go down to Celestiri. 14-0-4.
Wow, and this was Celestiri's game. He just, other two games, he did quite well, but he didn't really pop out in any way in particular. So this game, just absolutely popping off. So much damage on this Cassiopeia, really turning these team fights where they come out a little bit behind or even turning them into massive wins for his team.
Yeah, 14-0-4. He's sitting 13,000 gold total in this game compared to the 8,000 for Umbra, which, yeah, a little bit of a lead. I believe that's if my math is correct, that is a 5k gold lead in the bot lane alone.
Yeah, and that's half of their team's gold lead right there. That's a massive, massive amount of gold on Cassiopeia. And Cassiopeia is one of the champions in the game where she uses that gold very well.
Yeah.
Very, very, very gold efficient when it comes to AP.
Yeah, and does have the Seraphs finished off, obviously, already. Not very hard to finish that one off as Cassiopeia, spamming those Twin Fangs over and over again. You really stack up that tier quite fast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so tanky. He's got 2 health items, so much utility, insane amount of slows, all that movement speed for no reason anyways.
Yeah. And now, and plus the dragons, Mountain Dragon Soul now, and Kimchi gonna get caught out in the top lane here. Busty Senpai just gonna chase him down with a little help from Kitsune, and that should be the Baron off that pickup. Celestiri finally misses an ulti, trying to catch out Cupic on the up in the top side of the bush there.
Yeah,
Busty
goes for the
Senpai
play,
gonna,
not afraid to try.
yeah. No, definitely. If anything could get them back in this game at this point, it is a Baron steal, as Flying does go into the back end of the fight here. Couch now being pushed away. Will get chased down by the Lucian, actually kind of getting body blocked by the Renekton, so slowed up that kill a little bit. Cupic now trying to run away as Hecarim does finish off the Baron Nashor. Canadian will get silenced just in time to keep Cupic alive for a little bit longer, but Flying now chasing in onto the Soraka. She will not survive. Busty Senpai going down, actually. Umbra Witch respawning here. The ultimate coming out for K for Kimchi here. Yep. The GA keeping him alive, so the fear does not go off. And Celestiri now is in the fight and taking over, showing that this is his game to win. Chasing Summer goes in, dashes in onto Flying, and shuts down the Renekton pretty quickly there. But Celestiri still taking away the towers. I don't know if they want to push in and try to finish it here or back off and wait for the rest of their team.
They need that next wave of super minions. They've got another wave coming in from the bot side right now, but unfortunately with Death Timer, they're not going to cooperate. It's now 2 versus 4 with supers and Baron. They've got 2 towers and 1 inhibitor standing. That's it.
Yeah. I think Celestiri deciding doesn't want to ruin the perfect KDA that he has so far.
Yeah.
So.
Try and finish it out, get that S+.
Yeah. Learn to live to fight another day. So. But in the meantime, Baron buff on. That's going to be very tough for Team Frost to defend. It's no towers left except for 2 towers in the top lane still. No Nexus towers. Both the bot and mid inhibitor towers down. Yeah, this is going to be a tough defense here. But we'll see what Team Frost can do. Down 10,000 gold now at 30 minutes.
Yeah, Team Frost is not the ones to give up. They're always willing to make plays, and they are so good at fighting that they can turn a losing game into a win if they just manage to get the right fight. This game is going to be really tough, though. Elder's about to spawn. They've got Renekton split pushing with TP available.
Yeah, that Elder Drake definitely something that will help finish off the game, and the pick onto Couch, not able to stay alive before this dragon, so that should be the Elder Drake going pretty freely to the side of WSB. Chasing Summer looked like he was going to go down there, but decided otherwise.
Yeah, and that damage is really going to change, so no one is going to be able to deal with the solo push of Renekton at this point. Before, Urgot might have been able to, but now that Renekton has that execute plus Elder.
Yep, and Hecarim dashing in here to try and disrupt and get the kills as Renekton does go down, but he wreaks havoc on the back lines of Team Frost here. The K for Kimchi actually whiffing his ulti there. The triple kill coming out for, I believe, Celestiri, and he's the only member left alive of WSB. Somehow, Team Frost has managed this defense.
Yeah, and just like that, it's now 2-on-1 here. 2 versus Celestary. He is incredibly strong. Obviously, still the strongest person on the team. They might not want to choose to fight him, but they have, instead of having all the inhibitors, they got nothing. Yeah, they could have easily just gone for inhibitor, and top lane, but they wanted to go for the end. They wanted to get the kills, and unfortunately, good plays from the side of Team Frost, and a couple misplays from WSB, and that's all they needed to be able to hold on a little bit longer.
Yeah, I know. Holding on, still down 15k gold though. That is a very tough hill to climb, but on the bright side, if you're Team Frost, you managed to remove the Elder Dragon buff from 4 members of WSB there.
Yeah. 4 Elders gone. Baron's no longer in play. They just have inhibitors and pushes. So we're going to see what they're going to be able to find here. Are they just going to push standard, a 1-4 split with Renekton's teleport? And then if they do choose to make these splits, that does give Team Frost an opening before Renekton's teleported to try and start one of these fights. If they do manage to catch Celestiri or Buffy Senpai, they might be able to turn it right then.
Yeah, 1 minute on the Baron now till that comes back up. That may be the play for WSB here. Just wait that extra minute. Secure the Baron, kind of give yourself just that extra boost to guarantee the win. But they are looking for the bot side inhibitor. Yeah, Canadian trying to catch, or Chasing Summer trying to catch on to Canadian there. Does use the double dash, but not going to find any real damage. That Mountain Soul actually coming in huge for WSB, giving that extra shield to prevent some of the early bursts as Hecarim does go in now. K for Kimchi trying to get in there and get the fight going. The Gargoyle's Soul Plate is popped. He is so tanky right now, but the rest of his team is going down. Double kill coming out for the Pyke now. The ulti's finally popping off for the first time, I think, this game, as Flying Bastard shoots into the fountain, chasing down the final kill as they finish the game. WSB taking the series 2-1 in a fantastic reverse sweep.
Yeah, WSB really turning it on for the last 2 games of a series there. So much coordination from them, and it all started with that first blood there in the top side. Second time in a row, Team Frost manages to pick up that first blood on their top laner, but it still isn't. They're not able to transition it into a victory, unfortunately, for them this game.
Yeah, but a lot more even in the top lane for that Urgot this time, going against the Renekton. You can definitely say Kimchi had a better game this time around, but unfortunately, just the bottom lane not going the way of Team Frost this game for, I think, the first time in the series.
Yeah, bottom lane really just popping off for Celestiri this time. Having a chance to show AP caster in the bot lane, not just that he's strong on ADs, also strong on the casters if you want to give me a chance. Great play there on the Cassiopeia. So much damage. And just not... Did he die at the end, or... No, didn't even die. Did not die that whole game. 16-0-8.
Yeah. 17,000 gold total for him. Yeah. I think a strong performance is an understatement here.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that's not to take away from Canadian either, who really allowed Celestiri to get as big as he was. And as we see some of the plays down, like early on, both Umbra and Cupid had the strong pushes onto the map. No health, no mana for Celestiri, but somehow WSB just managed to pull out double kill, I believe, down here. I think we're about to see it here.
Canadian with the
right
king
here.
hooks, yeah.
Hooks onto Cupid. Celestiri managing to pick that up. Does have a fair bit of mana at this point. and the miasma just keeping Umbra in place while he's able to flash to safety, gets the double kill, and from there it just snowballed out of control.
Yeah, a lot of great plays there. Umbra trying to finish off the kill there, not able to do it. If you remember the dynamic that was going on at the time too, Cupid kept silencing Canadian's harpoons. So he goes for a short channel on his harpoon this time, so it doesn't get silenced, and that managed to pick up the double kill.
Yeah, the silence coming out just after the hook started flying, so wasn't able to keep himself safe from that one. As we see, Kimchi, this was the double kill here with Flying just playing his life bar perfectly. Definitely one of those kind of morale breakers. Kimchi getting the first blood, but then you have a 2v1 go that sour. That hurts.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Especially against the top laner that the previous game just absolutely popped off for the entire game, and you've had no way of dealing with him. That is not what you want to see. A double kill jungle top laner when you could have maybe gotten him.
Yeah. No, and but either way, like it was a strong series from both teams. Like Frost made plays. Especially if you watch the first game, go back to the first game, like they were absolutely dominant. I thought we were in for another 2-0 series after that first game, but then just out of nowhere, you get Busty Senpai and Flying just popping off and managing to take the series.
Yeah, they really came in strong that game. We could see all these players, there's so many times when they're falling extremely low, or when it looks like they're so far behind, and still they look for a play, they don't give up, they fight as hard as they can, and a lot of times it works out for them. It puts them in a position to win, or maybe they do find a comeback. And you can see it from like Flying, he'll fight to the last little tick of his health bar. And right there, Kimchi with the perfect ultimate manages to pick him up pretty much max distance.
Yeah.
But all in all, great play from both teams.
Yeah, no, like we can go back through this series and find probably at least 10 plays for every player in this series that were just absolutely phenomenal from both teams. Like, just a great showcase of what the top of Edmonton's talent here in the League of Legends scene can do.
Yeah, really good showcase of the different players.
But at any rate, that is the end of the series with WSB taking it 2-1 over Team Frost here. We will be back next week with a new matchup. We don't have everything 100% set in stone just yet, but we know there will be a game here at 6 o'clock. We'll have the teams ready to go, and we will show off
Tuesday next week. Tuesday instead of Wednesday next week.
Tuesday, yeah. So not quite 1 week away.
6 days.
6 days. So Tuesday night, 6 o'clock. Twitch.tv/OKGTV or YouTube.com/OverclockGaming, if I remember everything correctly. And I mean, this is all working towards our charity tournament that we are having June 5th through 7th in support of the Edmonton Food Bank. So if you want to go and donate to the Edmonton Food Bank, you can do that at
CanadaHelps.org /English/pages/Edmonton Quarantine Cup. The easiest way, if you go to overclock.com/EQCC for Edmonton Quarantine Charity Cup, overclock.com/EQCC. We have a link there. It's also got all the information if you want to participate in the tournament.
Yeah. So that will do it for us for this week. I've been Kevin Noteman Kyle.
And I've been Tim.
And we will see you here next Tuesday at 6 o'clock for more amazing action. I can only imagine what we'll get after this series. So I can't wait for it, and we'll see you there.
Peace.
Red team's turret has been destroyed. Unstoppable.